Gentlemen, my name is Dion Tustin. I'm the CEO of the Bureau of Market Research, and I would like to thank you all for joining the launch of the BMR's top-up population data demonstration today. Now, the exclusive audience which have been invited to today's gathering consist of data analysts, planners, and policymakers which closely work with population data within both the public and private sectors of our economy. Thus, we would firstly like to thank you all for your interest in the top-up population data demonstration of today. But I think very important to provide some context. It's important to note that the BMR Population Data Studio was born out of the fact that detailed population data at especially sub-provincial levels, such as municipal and place level, are not available. Although I think you will agree, such data are critical for planning and market potential calculation needs. And I think you all will also agree that the 2022 census data down to such a low level of sub-provincial level is not yet available, and will probably also be dated by the time that it is released. Also, such 2022 population data is not interactive for personal market analysis and modeling purposes. And to close this information gap, ladies and gentlemen, today's presentation provides a demonstration of a fully interactive tool providing detailed population data drilled down to a sub-provincial level for client-specific use. Now, just a bit of background on the Bureau of Market Research business model. Ladies and gentlemen, the product invention that we will demonstrate today find its niche position as a top-up product and service offering within our Bureau syndicate commissioned research model, which currently constitutes the 5 distinctive research focus areas outlined on the slide, of which the demographic research division, as highlighted, only forms but one of the research divisions at the Bureau of Market Research. Now, besides the standardized demographic research conducted annually by the Bureau of Market Research, which predicts the mid-year population estimates for South Africa on an annual basis, the top-up demographic research syndicate, which will be the focus of today, has now been added to top up the existing product and service offering of our demographic research division. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Bureau trusts that the highlighted value propositions, which I mentioned at the start of the session, will evoke much interest during today's demonstration, which will be done by Dr. Joshua Kembu, who is one of our senior researchers and demographer at the Bureau of Market Research. He also heads our demographic research division and has over two decades of experience at the forefront of demographic and census data, and is well known for his statistical acumen, valuable insights, and comprehensive understanding of demographic data. I will soon now hand over to Dr. Kembu to do the demonstration on the launch of the top-up population data studio. But ladies and gentlemen, I would like to encourage you to all post any comments or questions in the meeting chat box, which will be used in an aftermatch of the demonstration to facilitate further discussions. We have all today joined to be exposed to the demonstration on how to benefit on our newly designed top-up population data studio, and we wish that you will also experience the value of data visualization, and we will also discuss available membership options to independently mine your population data for market analysis and modeling purposes at the end of the session. I now request Dr. Kembu to do the demonstration. Thank you, Dr. Kembu.
I want to thank you, Chair, for the time you have given me to showcase our demographic research division top-up syndicate Data Studio. The aim of this tool, ladies and gentlemen, is to allow our valued syndicate members to delve into demographic data and conduct your own in-depth analysis. We will be discussing the value proposition of this data studio throughout the demonstration. We are already showing page 1 of the Power BI screen on the provincial distribution of the population in South Africa as of mid-2023 by age and sex. What is the importance of the Demographic Data Studio? Ladies and gentlemen, the Demographic Data Studio is a powerful resource for understanding population trends and demographics at municipal levels, various levels, which include the national, provincial, district municipal, local municipal, main place, as well as sub-place. Such a tool is vital as demographic data profoundly influences market trends, consumer behavior, and policy decisions. The tool provides easily accessible, deep diving data, which can be essential for business decisions, policy planning, and market research. By facilitating the ability to manipulate and analyze this data independently, we are empowering our syndicate members to generate insights tailored to your specific needs. Why Power BI? Power BI is a powerful data visualization and business intelligence tool that helps to convert raw data into meaningful information. It allows us to present complex data in a visually intuitive manner, making it easier to derive insights. Power BI is user-friendly, making it simple for our syndicate members to interact with the data. In addition, this software also allows for high levels of adaptability and flexibility, supporting multiple formats, that is, summarized data tables in Excel, pivot tables, and even full PowerPoint presentations. Our data comes from reliable sources. The BMR demographic estimates are based on mid-year population estimates, which in turn are based on census statistics from Stats SA. This ensures that the data our syndicate members are working on is accurate, reliable, and reflective of the true demographic situation. What is the value proposition of the Demographic Research Division Top-Up Syndicate Data Studio? Our Demographic Data Studio offers valuable insights into population trends and demographic information. It is a one-stop solution for having access to and analyzing this data independently. The studio enhances syndicate members' efficiency as you can quickly access and manipulate data without needing to request specific reports. We also offer the possibility for in-house presentations on demographic data, thereby providing an end-to-end solution for your demographic research needs. We are already showing page 1, and this page of the Power BI screen shows projected mid-2023 population data on province and age-sex distribution, offering insights into regional demographic breakdowns and trends. Here, you can see the data is presented in a user-friendly visual format. This intuitive presentation allows syndicate members to understand complex population trends at a glance, saving you time and effort. Looking at the provincial level population data, this granular data is critical in making provincial specific strategies and decisions to help in your planning. The province level population data allows for precise province specific analysis, whether you are planning a marketing strategy, assessing the need for public services, or assessing regional economic growth, this data can provide vital insights. And also by viewing population data broken down by age and sex, you can fine-tune your understanding of each province's demographic profile. This is essential for tailoring products, services, or policies to meet the unique needs of each population group. We will show a few examples of the interactive nature of this studio. You can be able, for instance, to select a particular province of choice. And we are showcasing here the selection of Eastern Cape province. As you can see, the adaptability and responsiveness of the studio, it is already slicing and dicing the information as you choose it. We can select KZN, for instance, and we can see we are slicing and dicing into the age-sex distribution. We are slicing and dicing into the gender distribution, as well as population sizes. Our demographic data studio is not a static tool, as we have just seen, but a dynamic and interactive platform. You can customize your view, as we have just shown, by selecting and filtering data points. We have just shown here the selection of various provinces, one or more. You can do that, allowing you to focus on the most relevant information for your specific needs. Again, the value proposition here is how this data is structured and the way it is presented, which can directly benefit you as syndicate members in your roles by offering accurate, detailed, and easily accessible demographic information. As we move further to page 2, on this page, we delve deeper into population group and age-sex distribution. The page provides a valuable perspective on our nation's diverse population groups. Understanding these groups, Chair, is crucial for shaping inclusive and effective strategies, policies, or services that address the unique characteristics and needs of each group. In addition, the age and sex breakdown within each population group can offer a deeper level of insight. Knowing who makes up these groups can help you tailor your approaches to resonate with specific demographics, boosting the effectiveness of your initiatives. The Demographic Data Studio is designed for interactive exploration. You can drill down into specific groups or demographics, allowing you to uncover more detailed insights and make data-driven decisions. I would want to assure you that despite the amount of data available, the tool is designed to be user-friendly. Rest assured, we have designed this Demographic Data Studio with simplicity and usability at its core, ensuring that you can easily navigate, understand, and utilize this rich demographic data regardless of your level of technical expertise or familiarity with the data tools. You can select any population group of choice. You can deep dive into the age-sex distributions. You can also gain meaningful insights into population sizes by population group as well. As I'm just showing, you can see the flexibility, you can see the deep diving, you can also see the responsiveness, you can see the dynamicness as well of the data studio. Again, the value proposition here is that the ability to easily attain and understand diverse demographic data can empower users to make informed strategic decisions. I will now move to page 3 of the data studio. This page illustrates the distribution of the population by district, municipality, and age-sex composition, offering more localized insights. On this page, we delve deeper into our demographic data, presenting you syndicate members with a detailed breakdown of the population distribution by district, municipality, and age-sex composition. Here, syndicate members, you can zoom in on specific district municipalities, as we see on the page, gaining a clearer understanding of population dynamics. You also see the population breakdown by gender and age groups, as we can see in the stacked bar graphs and also the donut chart to the right. The ability to easily select specific districts in their age-sex distributions illustrates the responsiveness that we've shown before as well, and the user-friendliness of the Power BI tool. This granular view can be extremely valuable when you need to understand local trends and tailor-make your strategies to specific communities. We will now show, for instance, the choice of City of Tshwane Metropolitan Municipality. We can see as we make the choice that we are slicing and dicing, and we are deep diving into particular details, into specific details of the age-sex composition as well as the gender composition as well. We will be adding additional variables to the studio as we move on into the future. We are selecting another additional district municipality. We can see the selections. We can select a district municipality as we gain insights, and as we also can deep dive into specific demographic data that we are interested in. I will now move chair to showcase page 4 of the demographic data studio. And here we go even more granular, showing the distribution by local municipality, age-sex composition, and main place, as well as sub-place, which we'll add in the near future as well. And taking another step closer, this page offers a comprehensive view of population distribution by local municipality, further broken down by age, sex, and main place, as well as sub-place, which we'll add. With this level of detail, you have the capability to study population trends at a very granular level. You can select specific local municipalities, view age, sex composition, and even break it down to the main and sub-place levels. We see how the detailed data can be used to identify specific local trends and influence more precise strategy development. We also see the user-friendliness and the interactiveness of the tool as we showcase how to select different local municipalities and main places and the subsequent changes in the data visualizations. As we select specific local municipalities, we can also see that there's a responsiveness, there is adaptability, there is also flexibility as we gain insights, as we deep dive into the age-sex composition, into the gender composition, into the population sizes by local municipality. We can also showcase the choice of main place, for instance, which is a lower level to the local municipality, as we can also showcase and select sub-places as well. With this level of detail, you have the capability to study population trends at a very granular level. You can select specific local municipalities, as we have just shown. You can view age-sex composition, as we have just shown as well, and even break it down to the main place and sub-place levels. Again, what is the value proposition here? This granular data can provide invaluable information when designing locally tailored strategies, or when seeking to understand the unique demographic characteristics of a local municipality or specific main place. And by leveraging this data, you can refine your approaches, ensuring they are precisely attuned to the local realities. Remember, the true value of our demographic data studio 2 lies not just in the wealth of data it offers, but in how this information can directly enhance your strategic decision-making, giving you the power to base your strategies on comprehensive, accurate, and locality-specific demographic insights. We will move to the last page, which is page 5 of the Data Studio. And this page showcases population trends from 2002 to 2023 by province. Understanding these trends can assist in long-term strategic planning and forecasting. We start by looking at the population trends from 2002 until 2023. This is a powerful feature, Chair, as it helps syndicate members to understand long-term changes and predict future patterns. We see that the population, for instance, for Gauteng and KZN is showing a steady increase as opposed to Northern Cape, Free State, and Northwest. And this comparative analysis can provide important insights for strategic planning. And again, you can slice and dice. If you are interested in any specific years, you can select using the slicer. As we can see the line chart, as we can see the trends that we are zooming in. So as syndicate members, maybe I'm interested in the population trends from 2015 all until 2023. Here we can see the responsiveness as well, and we can see that in the line chart, I can be able to read the population estimates in the chosen years, which I've selected. And again, there is a value proposition here. Understanding these trends can help in forecasting and planning in your respective fields, ensuring you are well prepared for demographic shifts that could impact your strategies. This is the core proposition of our demographic data studio, that is delivering detailed, accurate, and actionable insights that drive your decision-making process. In addition, Chair, the intuitive interface of the studio makes it easy to interact with this wealth of data, despite the complexity of the information. Chair, in sum, our demographic research division top-up syndicate data studio, as we have shown in this demonstration, is a versatile and powerful tool that provides accurate and comprehensive demographic data for in-depth analysis. Whether for business decisions, whether for policy planning or market research, it is an invaluable resource for understanding population trends and demographics. We believe that this data studio will serve as a critical tool in your research arsenal, and we are here to support you in leveraging it to its full potential. With rich and diverse sources, we furnish you with granular insights from the national level down to local municipalities and the main place and sub-places. Our data spans over 2 decades, allowing you to observe and understand long-term trends and shifts in population dynamics. We cover various demographic aspects, including age, sex, and ethnicity, offering you a multi-dimensional view of the population landscape. The power of our demographic data studio lies in its ability to make complex data simple and actionable, as we've seen. Using Power BI, we have developed an intuitive, easy-to-navigate interface that allows you to explore, filter, and manipulate the data to your needs. The true value, Chair, of the demographic data studio is not just in the data it contains, but in how that data can be used. For instance, businesses can use this data to identify potential markets, governments can use it to plan public services, and educators can use it to anticipate future demands. In other words, our demographic data studio can help you make informed, data-driven decisions that align with the demographic realities. Investing in our demographic data studio is investing in the power of knowledge, the assurance of informed decision-making, and the success of your strategic planning. In closure, I would like, Chair, to emphasize that our demographic data studio is more than a data repository. It is an invaluable tool for strategic decision-making, a lens through which to view the changing face of our demographic landscape, and a means to stay ahead in your respective fields as syndicate members. Our goal is to empower each of you to use this tool to make more informed, data-driven decisions that can elevate your strategies and optimize your results. We remain available to assist with any specific queries you might have as you begin to explore this data studio. Our commitment is to ensure you get the most out of this investment. Thank you for your attention and engagement during this presentation. I trust that the demographic data studio will become an essential tool in your demographic research endeavors. I would now like to hand over to the chair, Prof. Tustin. Prof, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kembu, and well done in demonstrating and almost just giving a glimpse, because I think there's much more behind it, but a very important, the value proposition that Dr. Kembu have also outlined in the demonstration. Ladies and gentlemen, before allowing maybe some discussions and questions on the demonstration, I will now just briefly give you a cue on how to become involved in this initiative. Now, to gain access to the top-up population data studio and outputs, you need to join as a BMR top-up demographic research division, and you need to join then as a corporate member or as an individual. And joining as a member is as simple as completing a subscription form, which I'm sharing there with you and which will also be shared in the aftermatch for you to consider. Besides, obviously, then completing the syndicate form, you will also then provide the subscriber details, and then very importantly, nominating the individuals who will then work very directly and closely with Dr. Kembu's unit to model then your business population data needs. Now, as a special offer of an introduction price, the BMR has priced the top-up membership for 2022, 2023, 2024 at 79,000 rands. Usually subscription is only for a year, but we've decided for the first entrance to extend this for this and next year. And also then, as part of the registration process, you will also be able to log your population data needs by completing a data request form, which you will receive soon after you have then subscribed as a member. And in the subscription form or data request form, you will have the option then to, as part of it, to be able to log your population data needs by completing your request based on the population data specifications. But also, very importantly, you can select the publication format of the modeled population data. And electives in this regard, you can choose from including a summarized data tables in Excel spreadsheet format. You can select or opt for pivot tables, a PowerPoint presentation, and even then a Power BI report that will be electives from the list. And you can obviously include all of them if that is your specific need for the pricing that I've shared with you. And then very importantly, we don't want to isolate you to representing or reporting back to your either clients and or management or your teams in terms of the outcomes of the demonstration that you showed today. So we're also then giving you an option for us then also being involved in an in-house presentation on the data request that you had. So I think with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will now just facilitate the conversation further. And I've looked at the meeting chat box, Dr. Kembu, and one of the comments there by Chantel, and thank you, Chantel, for posting that. The question that's been asked there is what methodology is applied in producing population estimates at main place? So maybe you can respond to that one in the meantime, please, Dr. Kembo. And Prof. van Aert, who's also part of our market intelligence research unit, who has previously also headed the demographic research unit. You're also welcome to come into the discussions as well. And colleagues, if there are any of you who would like to maybe just comment on what you experienced today in terms of the demonstration, or raise a question or get any clarity related to the demonstration, please use the hand raising option there, so we can also then assist to unmute you to also contribute to the discussions this morning. So Dr. Kembu, would you maybe like to just start our addressing that question in the chat box by then reflecting on the methodology being applied in producing the estimates at main place, please, sir.
Yes, Prof, thank you very much. I would also want to thank Ms. Chantel for this question. Yes, we use the code component method overall to produce mid-year population estimates, but we also use it in combination with the ratio method. So this is where the answer lies, actually, that the ratio method is used at the lower levels, right from the district municipalities that we're showing to the local municipalities, the main place, the sub place, we use the ratio method. Now, also a question could be, where are the ratios coming? We compute the ratios based on the census data. But again, one would wonder, it's so many years since the census, we actually are waiting for the most recent census results. So, but in between the censuses, there are also other surveys as well, like the community survey. So we use those ratios in between, combination of the last census and the surveys. We use that to update the ratios. And this is what we would use for computing population estimates at main place level. Let me just end by saying the cohort component method we use at the national level and the provincial level, and the ratio method at the lower geographical levels. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Dr. Kemba. Chantel, would you like to come in maybe for more clarity on the response to your question, or are you covered? If we can just unmute Chantel, please, Pamela Madeleine. Chantel? Not sure if she's... Can I just ask Pamela, I'm audible, eh?
Yes, I'm going to, there we go. Chantal, your mic is unmuted.
Thank you. Thank you, Pamela. Please come in, Chantel. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
You're very clear. Thank you, ma'am. You can continue. Thank you.
Sure, I was just curious about the methodology at main place. Unfortunately, not even the surveys would be able to assist with that low level of aggregate data. So it's really just the census. Anything, I'm assuming now beyond district method, at district level would be actually, below local municipal level and below will be a ratio method based on census and nothing else, unfortunately. So I was just curious about the methodology applied. Thank you.
No, thank you for your contribution there. Dr. Kimball, maybe just to ease our audience, how close are our projections, or the projections that you do related to the ones that Stats SA probably distribute as well? And then Prof. van Aert, you're also welcome to come in. I see your hand is raised as well. If we can unmute Prof. van Aert in the meantime as well. Thank you, colleagues.
My
Dr.
answer,
Kimball?
Chair. Yes, Chair. Thank you. My answer would be close. Over the past few years, we've actually diverged closer as we compare our estimates to those produced by Astas SA. So they are close, not similar, but close.
Thank you, Dr. Kimber. Prof. Van Aert, would you like to come in? I saw you actually raised your hand even before I posed my own question, but you're welcome to come in, please.
Thank you so very much for that. As you've just indicated, the last census that we've got detailed data for is 2011, and we're still waiting for the 2022 data. However, there are a lot of indirect demographic methods to produce intercensual statistics, and that intercensual statistics is then produced at a variety of levels, namely at provincial level, at municipal level, as well as at district, main place, and sub-place level. The way that this is being done is that, as Dr. Kembo indicated, is that you then use the ratio method by taking into account a variety of other data sets that's available. Those data sets that's available include, firstly, the community survey, as he indicated, which was done in 2016, also to a lower level of aggregation. And also is that you take into account also things like your quarterly labor force surveys. There's quite a lot of surveys that's available. We also then have a look, for example, at maps, at some of the surveys also covering, for example, some of the municipalities. And what you then do, for example, here is that you link this to the cohort component method. So that would then also mean is that you firstly produce population statistics by province, but this is done disaggregated by age, taking into account the fertility, the mortality, and the migration dynamics of each one of these provinces. So that redistributes that share of the population by province over time. So that also is then underlying that is certain migration assumptions, and that also includes interprovincial migration. So that would then also mean, for example, that quite a lot of people are, for example, moving from your rural, possibly to your more urban areas, and from one province to the other areas. In this way, linking the cohort component method to your ratio method then becomes like a type of rim weighting, a moving rim weighting down to the lowest level of aggregation. The one thing that we also do in the Market Intelligence Research Unit, also to add to the valuable work that Dr. Kembo is doing, is also to do parameter identification, for example, of lower level aggregate estimations with other available administrative data, for example, administrative data from the various municipalities. And what we found, for example, in that regard is that that although our estimates is not perfect down to sub-provincial level, we see, for example, that we are picking up a lot of the dynamics accurately. And also with the intercensual methods, that's the one thing that you then do is the moment that you've got newer census data, and we're eagerly awaiting the census data down to a sub-place level, that of course will adapt the model to also strengthen that dynamics. But as I've indicated, this is also taking into account in administrative data to try to ensure that we really produce estimates of greatest likelihood down to a main place level and a sub-place level, and those checks are continuously happening. So I hope that is, because remember, this is Dr. Kembo showed what the Demographic Research Division does, but I'm working in close collaboration with him from the Market Intelligence Research Unit side.
Thank you, Professor Van Aert. Dr. Kembo, you've got your hand up again, and then I will go back to our audience, please. Yes?
Yes, Prof. I would want to add that one of the major value adds of our demographic data studio is that in the absence of the latest 2022 census results, we are furnishing syndicate members with recent demographic data at main place and subplace, which is not available as we speak. So for me, this is one of the major value adds of the data studio. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kembu. Colleagues, can I ask anyone in the audience just to give us an indication of how you experienced the demonstration of today? I see some of our syndicate members who are also part of our household wealth top-up syndicate, which also includes a data studio. And based on the value that they have experienced from that data studio, we've also decided to extend it to the demographic research division. So maybe I noted here, Kabelo Motlodi, if you want to maybe come in from your side and just give us a reflection on how you experienced the demonstration of today. I also see Ms. Nurian Parkar. If you can maybe also just voice yourself in terms of your experience of today's demonstration, and anyone else, colleagues, if you can just raise your hand and just give us an indication in terms of your own view on the value of this tool, maybe, if you don't mind sharing that with us. Anyone? Can I see hands up, please? Kabelo, can you hear me? I see you on hold. I don't know why you're on hold. Maybe you've put yourself on hold, but you're welcome to come in if you like. Or Ms. Parker, we can unmute those colleagues, please, Pamela, and just hear their views if you don't mind.
Okay, Prof.
It's Motlodi Kabelo,
And
KM here, and Ms. Parker, maybe if I can just select one or two of you, if you don't mind just giving us a reflection on what you experienced this morning, please, if you don't mind. I just see Mr. Kabelo.
Hi.
Yes, please
Hi.
come in. Thank you, Ms.
Hi,
Parker.
good morning. Sorry, just checking the time. It's 12:45, so it's still morning.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think it was a very value adding session. I mean, we haven't really used the data studio extensively from the household, the wealth top up piece. Pretty much kind of still stuck to the the pivot tables, etc. So I think this was actually quite an eye-opener, and we will certainly go back and use the studio more actively. It looks obviously a lot easier to use and to consume the data versus your standard pivots. The one question though that did cross my mind, and please forgive me if I'm getting really confused, is the two data sets, Prof. Tustin. So what's the difference between this data set and the data set that we subscribe to at the moment?
Yes.
Which is the top-up wealth piece.
Okay. So on the top-up household wealth, we're dealing with the income, household income and personal income. There's two options to follow.
Yeah.
If you follow a basic membership, we deal with household income. And you can also, like Dr. Kembu showed the demonstration today, you can slice and dice household income according to your selected cohort. If you go onto a silver membership level on the household wealth top-up, you can even do that at personal income level.
Yeah.
So with this one, although the demographics that we produce in our demographic research division, our household wealth doesn't have that data studio only focusing on demographics or the population data that we showcase today. So it's more confined to demographics and specifically population data, the one that we demonstrated today, whereas the household wealth one deals with household and personal income data visualization trends.
Okay. So this Okay, so this particular data set doesn't have an income view. It's just got the pure demographic views.
Correct. But with that being said, that the demographics that we deal with here are standardized to make sure that you as member that subscribe maybe to both do have a standardized population estimate that you work with and doesn't differ.
Okay. And obviously this one has the granular detail that the Prof indicated earlier on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Got you.
Especially
Thank you.
on that examples on page 4 and 5. It really
Yeah.
digs deep, and I think that's where the need lies, according to our feedback of our clients. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you
But
for
thank you, Ms.
clarifying.
Parker. Yeah, and thank you for participating in the discussion. Pamela, can I ask Lee Langenhoven maybe to come in? Lee, your view. I know you've also been exposed to some of the work that the Bureau has been producing. Just maybe your overall reflection on the demonstration of today, if you don't mind, just coming in from your side, and then I'm going to allow one or two more, except if there are hands going up. Lee, from your side, please. Pamela, if we can just unmute Langenhoven. Thank you so much. There we go.
Yeah, thanks, Dion. Thanks for the demonstration. Yeah, so similar to our previous colleague who just spoke, so we haven't been dealing with the interactive tools, but more with the pivot tables. So I mean, it's good to see this visual tool. So it does seem like it could be quite useful. I just wanted to also understand. I mean, the examples that were made. I stepped out for about 5 minutes, so I might have missed it. Is it only on the gender and the age splits, but is it also going to be like, for example, by the income segments? Would we be able to use the tool and manipulate the data from that side as well?
Yeah, if you come from the income side, that's where our household wealth top up, as I explained now to Ms. Parker as well, you will find that engagement at that level, or that top up syndicate, whereas this one focused purely on population estimates. But as I mentioned, our income and expenditure obviously has got interlinkages with the population estimates that we do at this level, but not as specific as Dr. Kembu has outlined here as well.
All right, Peter, thank you very much.
Pamela, I'm going to ask you maybe Desiree Brooks, if you can maybe come in, and then thereafter maybe Jackie Hu. I'm just picking from the list here, colleagues. Sorry for picking on you, but I really just wanted to get your feedback and just what you've experienced today, whether you think this can also work for you as users of data. Desiree, if you don't mind, please. Thank you.
Good day, Prof. Hi.
Thank
Very
you.
good morning, afternoon to everyone. Morning, actually. Actually, I echo Nurjan's commentary. An excellent tool. Would be very useful if we could get this format in our personal income that we receive from BMR currently. It's more useful, more effective, and much easier than dealing with pivots. So it would be great if we could have that format in our current subscription. Yeah,
Okay.
and I think it's great.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
this information is absolutely wonderful, because we are focusing on the sub level. As you know, I currently am working with you guys on getting the level of data. So I really enjoyed this session. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you also for that feedback. And colleagues, maybe a last one, except if there's other hands, because I really want to respect your time as well. If we can just ask Jackie, who maybe just to come in and just share your experience of what you've been seeing here today. Please, Jacques, if you don't mind.
Prof. Dion, good morning, and good morning to everybody that's on board. Yeah, I guess we're the new kids on the block at BMR, and we're fortunate to be part of that. Yeah, in terms of the employment index that we've created, I think this will add value in understanding those demographics down to a more granular level. I think the presentation shows that there's opportunity for us to even dig deeper, Professor Karel, in terms of our labor index, which we're very excited about. So thank you so much for the opportunity this morning to be part of this and this new initiative. It's always nice to be part of new things. Thanks a lot.
No, thank you, Mr. Ego. And colleagues, thank you. Those who I could put on the spot, my apologies maybe up front. I didn't arrange with you, but thank you. I really appreciate that. I think it also helps us to reflect on what we're really trying to provide to industry in terms of how we see it as valuable research and how we can contribute to your specific data needs as well. Colleagues, a last option, and please help me, Pamela, if I do miss out on someone's hand maybe, but I don't see any hands raised. So I want to also, as I said, respect your time. I don't want to keep you for too long. So going, gone. Dr. Kembu, maybe a last thought from your side, and then I will close the session. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Prof. I would want to thank the syndicate members. I would want to thank the audience for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kembu. And ladies and gentlemen, you have really been selected by hand to attend this session. So we once again would like to thank you for your time. And we truly, and based on the feedback that we received from one or two of you, that you really enjoyed today's demonstration and also saw the value that it can have for you as an institution or an individual in terms of population data. So thank you for your attendance. We at the BMR will continue to aspire through initiatives like this to build on our commitments, which are resembled, as I showed there in our logo, which includes, as we see it, a stamp of quality. But more importantly, customer-centeredness, which forms part of the value proposition of today's initiatives that we shared, and that we also hope that through these initiatives that we enrich population data in our country for a more confined decision-making purposes and to transform society through a much deeper level of understanding of population data, even as Dr. Kembu has mentioned, at a sub-provincial place level. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow our business activities on social media or even visit our website. And we really look forward to engage with you on this initiative. As I mentioned, all of you who have been attending today will receive an invitation from Ms. Goetz, who's dealing with our syndicate members, for consideration to also become part of the corporate membership of this top-up syndicate. I really once again would like to iterate that you are all welcome to, in an aftermatch of this session, also write us an email. Any comments, contributions towards this initiative will be greatly appreciated. And I would like to close this session by thanking you all once again for attending, and have a great day. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.